recording. Yeah. So last class we have seen what is natural language, what is programming language, what is the difference between a natural language and a programming language, and we have seen what is natural language processing and why we need natural language processing, what is the goal, what is the engineering goal, and what is a we have seen all this, right? What is a fundamental goal and the engineering goal we have seen, and we have seen some applications. I will brush up now for 2 minutes, then we'll see today why NLP is hard. Next topic. So after introduction, the second topic is why we call natural language processing is hard. What are all the problems we will face in natural language processing, why it is not taken as an easy. It's a natural language, humans can able to understand easily, but what are the difficulties which we make as the computer to understand. So what are the problems we face? Okay, that we will see. Okay, before that, the few applications what we have discussed yesterday, I want to show you the slides. The first one is the translation. Okay, second one is the search engines, automatic query completion. Whatever we have discussed only I am telling. Okay, automatic query completion is also yes application of NLP which can be solved using NLP, because when in a search engine, if I type World Cup 2014, okay, so if what is the error I made it here, students? Can you able to see automatic query correction? What is the error I have typed when I am typing in a Google like
spelling
this?
Mistake.
What is that?
W
or is missing. So when I type like this, what is a search engine will give an options? It will be showing the results like World Cup 2000 down instead of World Cup. It will be, you will be getting this, right? This is also an application which is done by using an NLP technique. Okay. Next one is automatic query completion in Google. Again, Google is okay, language modeling is applied to complete the task. Here also you will be applying a language modeling concept for completing that goes behind this for the completion of the entire sentence. Okay, Google is, if I type like this, it will give a possible options based on the previous words. What are all the combinations we can have it? Auto, that we call it as auto query completion. The previous one is auto query correction. Then information extraction. Okay, we can also use it. It also used in information extraction. See, I have a paragraph like this. Okay, I want to extract the information in a structured way. Okay, structured way means the data will be in the form of structured way means how the data you have read the database management system, right? In a structured way means
tables
in the form of a tables having rows and columns. So if you have a large data like this, you have to identify the relationship between each. So first you have to, in information extraction, you have to identify the entities and the relationship between the entities. Then you have to design an application or a system that converts an unstructured data to a structured data set. Okay, so this is called as, this task we call it as an information extracting the information by identifying what are all the entities and what are all the relationship that exists between the entities, and we have to make it as a proper. This is also one type of application. You can make it as your project. You take some domain, some data set, and you can make it this in a form of a structured way. Okay, by identifying the entities and the relationship between the entities. Okay. So this means that Russell and company works for. Russell is a person who works for New York Times newspaper company. So this is a relationship. So a person, company, what is the post he is and what is the state, whether he is starting state or is an ending state of that post, what it is. So like that you have to identify the entities based on the domain, whatever you have taken, and you have to make it. This is also one type of applications. Other applications we have seen spam detection, machine translation, text summarization. All these are the different other applications which we have. More than that, there are many other applications are there. These are the few which we come across in a day-to-day life. Okay, that's I am telling it. Okay. Next one, why NLP hard? That better we can move to the next slide. Okay, till here is the introduction part. What is NLP? Why we need NLP and what are the main applications of NLP? Okay, next we will see why NLP is hard. So can you tell me why NLP is hard? The one main problem which I have told you in the beginning when I am giving an introduction. The same slide only I have showed you there also.
I'm like because there's so many natural languages, and like each word would have like a different context, and it could be the same word, but there would be a different context for each word.
Okay, so what is that problem called as? That type of problem we call it as
ambiguity.
Ambiguity. So ambiguity term is a main important term in natural language. Either structural ambiguity, the sentence can be ambiguous, or a lexical ambiguity. Lexical means a word in a sentence have a multiple meanings. Okay. Okay, so that we call it as a ambiguity. So that is the main important difficulty. Other than that is the main primary difference between a natural language and a computer language. Okay, making the system to understand if a word has a multiple meanings or if a sentence has a multiple meanings. So that is the main important thing. So how that can be handled. That is why I am telling that NLP is a difficult thing. It is not an easy task. See, when I tell that the rose is in a pink color, so that rose is meant as a flower here. Okay, that can be other rose, which can be a seafood, or so many roses are there. That we'll see an example. Okay, so here also I give an example. I love blackberry. So this kind of blackberry, the word can be meant as a phone or a fruit. So ambiguities are hard to interpret for the computer, making the computer to understand. That is an idle machine. We have to train that to identify. So when I tell I love blackberry, when I am talking about the phone and I told I am talking about iPhone, all these things, then later I told that I love blackberry, then you will understand that that is a phone. That is not, I am not talking to a fruit or something. But making the system to understand is very difficult process. Then this is also, we'll see all this together. Okay, why NLP hard, non-standard use of English, segmentation issues, idioms, everything we'll see it in the next slide. I'll show it. We'll see to the next. That is a second topic. Why is NLP hard, natural language processing? Can you tell me what are all the other factors which makes natural language processing hard? Okay, if a word has a multiple meaning or a sentence has a multiple meanings, then it will create a problem, making a system to understand what is the meaning of the word. If a word has a which one it has to take, that is one ambiguity problem will be there. Any other problem?
Ma'am, there are so many words, ma'am. Training all those words makes it hard. Like
yeah. That's why you're telling, no, there are new words on the fly, it will come. Okay, there is no closed vocabulary for that, right? Whether we have a closed vocabulary or open vocabulary.
Open vocabulary.
Because there is no closed words, like these are all the set of words in English which forms the sentences or the words. No, there is a new, every day new words are coming up. That is also one issue. Then can you tell me any other issue? These are all the general things we can discuss.
Like if we make a statement, let's say that the system or the machine understands all the words and it is able to form the sentence, but then it will not understand the sentiment behind it. Like let's say I make a sarcastic remark. So how will it know that I'm being sarcastic or I'm
sarcasm? Taking a sarcasm in sentiment analysis or a separate research going on. Okay, whether it is we know it is a sarcasm, but how the system knows it's a sarcasm sentence or not? Can you give an example? Can you give an example for that? Who has told this?
Me, ma'am, Ritvik.
Ritvik, can you give some examples? Any domain. See, we can able to understand. If you give an example, we humans can understand that it's a sarcasm. Okay, but making the system to understand is very difficult. So that comes under, see, in sentiment analysis, we are telling sentiment analysis, it's easy to make the system to understand whatever the reviews given by the user. It is very difficult, because I may give it in a positive way, but it will be a negative. At the end, it will be a negative. Okay, I want to give the negative review in a polite, positive manner, but harshly. See, I want to scold you, but I am not scolding you harshly, but I am scolding you in lighter manner, in a polite way, but it's a scoldings finally. But how the system knows, that is very difficult. Sarcasm is one type of problem in sentiment analysis. Negation sentence is one type of problem in sentiment analysis. What is negation sentence? What is negation sentence?
Not good.
Not bad.
Not very good. Please mute yourselves for not very good. So very good, after seeing the word very, two words together, very good, we cannot take that the sentence is a positive. Not very good. Okay, so before two words, before three words also negation will be there. In some cases not good will be there. Some cases not very good will be there. Some place not very good will be there. So not will be three words before, four words before, or exactly a word before. So many problems are there. Then what are the problems? So that is one case good in sentiment analysis application, and this one ambiguity is told. And what is there? Oh, closed words. There is no closed words in English vocabulary. It is open, new words comes, that making the system to understand is also difficult. Any other problems? If you discuss that, that's all. This NLP hard will be done here itself. What are the other problems you will face? Can you tell me? Think and tell me. Normal English statement you take, making the system, we human, how we are understanding, how to understand. If the normal, without any problem, directly you can give it to the system will understand. If there is some issues in that statements or something, what try.
Ma'am, a given sentence can be told in n different ways by n
Very
different.
good. Very good. Who's this?
Vishnu.
Very good. A given sentence can be told in n different ways by, that is, there are n different interpretation for a given sentence. Yes or no, Vishnu?
Yes,
Yes
ma'am.
or yes. So there is no, we cannot say that a single sentence have only one interpretation. We have n number of interpretation. In what way we are interpreting, we humans, when we both are talking, we can able to make, but making the system, the 10 interpretation will be there for one sentence. That I am going to show now. That is the exact thing I am going to show now. Okay, that is, there are 10 interpretation, 15 interpretation, generally n interpretation will be there for a given sentence. But which is a proper interpretation, that is also a problem. So these are all the problems we'll be having it. So you can take any one problem as your project and you can solve it, and you can tell that if I give the sentence, my system is assuming this, the sentence is this way, not in these are all the possible ways. Okay, so these are all the ways which makes the natural language processing hard. Okay, so first, that is the, here whatever we have discussed, only I have written here human language. We can able to easily understand complexity. When we speak, will be we can able to make it out, but when we make the system to understand, it is very difficult. Okay, so first we'll start up with the first problem, lexical ambiguity. Okay, what is lexical ambiguity? What is ambiguity? Ambiguity is a word having more than one meaning. Okay, we call it as ambiguity. Okay, that is why NLP is hard. What are the difficulties we face when we design an algorithm for NLP? We are going to see here. So let us start with a simple problem called lexical ambiguity. So what is lexical ambiguity? Before going to lexical ambiguity, we will tell what is ambiguity. Ambiguity is nothing but same word meaning various interpretations. Same word meaning various interpretations. Okay, before explaining, see what is the first example I have given. This type of statements you will never see, rarely we will be using in your English statements. Okay, but this type of statements also is an example for lexical. What is ambiguity? Ambiguity is nothing but a same word meaning various interpretation. Lexical ambiguity means in a word in a given sentence has multiple meanings, then that type of ambiguity is called as a lexical ambiguity. Next one is structural ambiguity. Structural ambiguity is interpretation, multiple ways of interpreting a same sentence. Here same word in a sentence. Okay, so can you take this example? First I'll explain you. Rose, to put rose on her rows of roses. Whether this type of sentence will be keep on you will be using, or rarely you will be using it. It is an extreme case, it's a very extreme case, or it's a very regular case. I'll be using a sentence like this in an English statements.
Extreme case.
Extreme cases. Okay, so here can you see what is the thing you can able to see in the sentence? Rose, to put rose on her rows of roses. So what you can able to make out? Can anyone tell me? This is an example I am giving for. This is not a regular sentence which will be coming up across in English statements. It's a rare, extremely rare statement. This is an example. I want to say that the same word is repeating multiple times in the same statement with different meanings. So I have identified this example for that. Can you tell me what will be that? What will be the first rose? What will be the second rose? What will be the third rose? What will be the fourth rose? Then rose and roses. All
First one,
pronunciation
is a person's name.
very good. Why? Can you able to make out?
Ma'am, like the whole integrity of the words together, we get to know that they're talking about one person who stood up to put the
Very
flowers.
good, very good, very good. Whether you have come across this statement anywhere?
No, ma'am, it's just reading it 3-4 times.
Okay. If you read 3-4 times, you can make it. You have come across some 80% correct. Okay, try. Tell me. First rose is the name of the person. Okay. Second one, rose.
Past
So
tense.
she stood up.
Stood up, it is a verb. So first one is the name of the person. Second, rose is stood up. Third one, to put what? So rose is a person name. She stood up to put up.
Rose flower.
Rose. What is ROES? ROES is a seafood. Okay, it's a seafood. Okay, it's a seafood. Stood up to put a seafood Okay, that is a fish, egg, or some fertilizer. Okay, we call it as a fertilizer. This ROSE is a rose. Okay, rose color seafood. So rose is an adjective here. Can you all able to make out, students? Rose is the name of the person. ROSE is verb which meaning stood up, getting up, got up. Okay, to put rose. This rose is a pink color of the seafood. ROES is a seafood or some fertilizer. We call it as fish, egg as a fertilizer, seafood. Okay. So what is the color of the seafood? What is the color of the seafood?
Rose.
Rose. So this rose represents the color of the seafood. So this rose is what type of tag you will be giving? Parts of speech? Adjective.
Adjective.
It describes about the seafood, the color of the seafood. So it is an adjective. It's a rose color. It represents the color. ROES. Why I have not taken the first example is more than that. This you can able to make out better. Okay. So rose is of seafood on her. What is this rose? ROWS is what normally? Please be interactive.
Column rows.
Flowers.
That is the columns. Not this is flowers. ROWS. Last one is a flowers. This one is a rose. Number of rows I have 5 rows, 6 rows of roses. That last rose is a flower. So can anyone tell me the exact meaning of the entire sentence now? There is a rose. How many times it is repeated? There is a word called rose. How many times it is repeated? No. ROSE.
3 times.
4 times, right, man?
4 times. Yes.
4 times. So all 4 times, whether the same rose, the spelling is same, whether the meaning is same?
No, ma'am.
No. So you student, somebody told initially, ma'am, I read for 3 times and I can able to make out whether even system, if you fed it for 10 times as an input, whether the system will understand and like think that first rose is a rose, name of the person, second is a rose to stood up, third one is a rose is a color. All this, whether they will do that?
No, ma'am.
No. So this is how the sentence like this will not exist. There is rare cases. There will be a same words for you to understand. I made this sentence. Okay, I took this sentence as an example. So see, can you make this entire meaning of the sentence? A person rose.
She stood up
Stood
to put a
up
rose-colored seafood on her rows of flowers.
Rose flowers, what she has in her garden. That is the meaning. Okay. So here this can you able to, this is one type of lexical ambiguity. What is lexical ambiguity? Same word in a sentence will have multiple meanings, and even it's a speech recognition. If I tell rose, whether ROWS or ROES or ROSE, that is also difficult to understand. Okay, making the system to understand. Okay, so that is also another problem. Can you tell me this wills? How many wills are there? So now with the same thing. So initially, if I take will, you will not understand. That's why I take the second example. First example, can you tell me will?
The first will is a future tense wala will, and the second one is a name of a person.
Very
and
good.
then the third one is a verb.
Very
like
good.
will. And then the fourth one is a noun again. And
No. Fourth one is an again. Wills apostrophe is there.
Yes, ma'am.
Name of the
person's interest, or like certain will be written now, ma'am. So it's like will a person will be interested in like
expressing
writing.
person's will.
Yes, ma'am.
So first one will be a modal verb like it can be should, would, can, etc. Second will be the name of the person. Third will be the verb. Okay, verb for the sentence. Fourth will be the, since it's apostrophe is, it can be a name of the second person or name of the same person. It may be different person or same person's will. For last one is the noun. That is could or should, will express will. It will not be sentence. We will not frame a sentence like this. I am giving an example. Same will, how many times it is appearing. Okay, so this is a problem which makes an NLP hard. Similarly, they have given one more example. You can that example I have not put it here. Buffalo. What will be the different meanings of buffalo? Buffalo. So 7 times they have given buffalo something. Okay, that example I have not given. So what is the different meanings of buffalo can have? They have made that sentence with 6 buffaloes with 3 different meanings for each buffalo. What will be the buffalo? First meaning of the buffalo? I will not show it here. I will not show. Wait.
It's an animal. First, it's
Animal,
an
good.
animal. Then it's a
Okay.
city.
Okay.
Then
Teasing a person can also be it, like bullying.
Bully, very
buffalo.
good. Bully. Yes. 3 meanings. They made it as a one sentence. Buffalo. That example I have not given because that is very funny. Okay. So I want you to understand with this example why it is hard for lexical ambiguity. Okay. Next one we'll move to a structural ambiguity. Okay. Language ambiguity. Second one is structural ambiguity. So what is structural? Next problem in ambiguity is a structural ambiguity. So what is a lexical ambiguity? Can anyone give the definition for a lexical ambiguity?
Given word in a sentence has different meanings.
Same word with multiple different meanings that in a single sentence it will create a problem, and that type of problem we called as a lexical ambiguity. Good. Next problem is an ambiguity is a structural ambiguity. That's what a structural ambiguity is. Different ways of interpretation of the same sentence. Here the same word can be interpreted in multiple ways. Here the same sentence is interpreted in multiple ways. Okay, so example for this sentence interpreted in 2 different ways are the example which I have listed here is the man saw the boy with the binocular. Can anyone tell me what is an ambiguity here is? What are the 2 ways in which a sentence can be interpreted?
The boy can be having the binoculars,
or
the man with the binoculars.
Very good. Either man with the binocular or boy with the binocular. So there is an ambiguity, right? Yes or no? Sentence is not clearly saying that man is having the binocular. Yes or no, students?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So man is having the binocular, or the sentence is next one. I am giving one more sentence. Flying planes can be dangerous. Can you tell me what is an ambiguity here? They are telling this is an example for structural ambiguity.
So either they're talking that if you fly a plane, it could be dangerous, or in general, like planes flying around could be dangerous.
That is flying itself is dangerous. Flying is dangerous, or plane is dangerous. Flying plane is dangerous.
Yes.
Okay, whether you are flying, that flying is dangerous, or flying plane itself is a dangerous. Okay, so this is also a ambiguity. So that type of ambiguity we call it as structural ambiguity. So these are all the basic things. Okay, next one we are telling, they are also telling that language what we are using is imprecise and vagueness. That also which makes NLP hard. Okay, so what is imprecise way? Other problem like in language is an imprecise use of language. Okay, what is imprecise? Not clear. Okay, vague. There is no proper answer here. Okay, so this is an example. It is warm here. Why it is called as imprecise? Imprecise means not clear. Okay, sometimes the slang way or the sentence. One minute. The sentence what you are using to define is not clear. That way we call it as imprecise. Vagueness means there is no correct answer. Okay, exactly. If I ask a question, there should be a correct answer, yes or no. But you are not giving yes, you are not giving no. You are giving something that we call as a vague answer. Okay, so that is not, we are telling no, you are giving a vague answer, not a proper answer, exact answer. So which I am giving an example. It is very warm here. That is an example for impreciseness, not clear. Why it is not clear? Why this example is not clear? Can anyone explain?
I mean, it doesn't tell where is it warm. Like,
very good. If I give very warm here, whether warm here means what is the temperature for warm? So see, if you are in Bangalore, the warm will be 20 degrees centigrade. If you are in US, if you are in other city, if you are in Tamil Nadu, if you are in Kerala, each place the warm, the value for warm, the temperature differs. Warm may be 25 degree, the weather may be 45 degree, and the warmness maybe depends upon the previous month's warm weather or everything, right? I am not sure about the temperature. Yes or no? If you are in India, it may be 40 degree, warm maybe in UK, it may be 25 degree. It depends upon the lot of context. Whether it depends upon the one context? No. So it is imprecise. It is not clearly giving any answer. Next, for vagueness, there is second example I have given. Did your mother call your aunt last night? The answer is, I am sure she must have. Whether it is correct or not. Either you should have yes or no. I am sure she must have means
She
We
would
are
have
not fully confirmed about it.
See, did your mother call your aunt last night? The answer you're telling is, I am sure she might have. That means that I don't know whether she has called or not. So simply what I told, she must have means whether she has done or not is a question mark. Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, that is a vagueness. We are not giving a correct answer for some questions. So this is also which makes an NLP hard. If you are not having a clear-cut answers, if you have the multiple things, which one to choose? Okay, that is a other problems you'll be facing it. Okay. That's why that buffalo example is also here. Later on, you can look into the slides. This man saw the binocular. This is a structural ambiguity. Either the man with the binocular or boy with the binocular. Whether flying planes is dangerous or flying itself dangerous. That is structural ambiguity. Very warm here. Very warm is a vague sentence. Very warm is based on what type temperature you are telling warm. It is not clear that warm means 40 degree. We cannot tell like that. It depends upon the place to place. So that is also a vagueness. Okay. Next one, next other type of problems in news headlines. Okay, in news headlines, I am getting a headline like hospitals are sued by 7 foot doctors. Okay, so what is an actual interpretation?
Their height is 7 foot, or they could be foot, like the doctors
No,
who treat.
what they initially what their interpretation is, hospitals are sued by there are 7 foot doctors. It is not a 7 foot doctors. What is the actual interpretation? There are 7 doctors and they are all
Like they treat the feet.
Feet. Okay. That is an actual meaning. Okay. So directly you cannot take an interpretation that there are 7 foot doctors are there. Okay. There are 7 doctors who will be giving a treatment for feet. Okay. So that is the actual interpretation. Next, stolen painting found by the tree. In the news headlines, if you get a headlines like stolen painting found by the tree, what will be that?
The tree found the stolen painting.
We cannot generally what it means, trees found the painting, stolen painting. Is that correct?
No.
What comes to our mind?
Adjacent to the tree, a stolen painting was found by the tree.
Okay, that is an actual meaning. But when you read the sentence, if you go by the sentence, what actual meaning, what it comes to our mind? Comes to the mind is trees found the painting. Stolen painting found by the tree means what? Trees found the painting. Whether that is correct? Stolen painting is found by the tree means actually what? The stolen pencil is found by me means what? I have found the pencil which is stolen by somebody. Okay. Likewise, stolen painting found by the tree. If they are putting a news headlines, actually, if you interpret in the same way, the interpretation is like the painting, the stolen painting is found. The trees found the stolen painting. That is not correct. But what is the actual meaning? What is the actual meaning? Paintings are.
The painting was found beside the tree.
Very good. Found near the tree or beside the tree. That is an actual meaning. So that's this type of statement. If it comes directly, if you interpret it, will give a meaning. So you have to interpret it based on the proper meaning. Okay. Then one more example also we had. Whether I have it or not, I don't know. Teacher strikes idle kids. In the news headlines, if it comes like this, teacher strikes idle kids. What will come to your mind generally? As it is, if you take, what will be come to your mind? Teacher strikes.
The teacher is attacking the teacher.
Very good. Actually, if you read the sentence, what actually come to your mind, you tell me, then we'll see the actual meaning of the sentence. Teacher strikes idle kids means what will actually come to the mind? Teacher is striking some kids. Yes or no? What will come to our mind?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. But what is the actual meaning of this headline?
The teachers are sitting in a strike, so children are not being taught.
Very good. Teachers are striking so that kids are not, kids are idle and they are not taught. Okay, so that is an actual meaning. See, 7 foot doctors also, if you combine these 2 words, it is not correct. There are 7 foot doctors. Okay, you have to take 7 foot doctors. So which one to combine? 7 foot has to be combined or 7 foot doctors has to be taken either this way or this way. This is not correct. 7 foot, there is no 7 foot doctors. There is 7 doctors and there are foot doctors. So which way to combine the sentence? So in a news headlines, it will come. If you directly take that interpretation will be wrong. So you have to interpret in a proper way. That is also one type of sentence. If it comes, that is also a problem. Okay. Next one, ambiguity. So I'll give one sentence. Vishnu has told, right? A sentence will have multiple interpretation. I'll give one sentence now. Anyone tell me what are all different interpretations you can have? I'll give 2 minutes. Can you all please mute yourself? I am getting some sound. Take the sentence and can you tell me what are all the different? I made her duck. At least I can make some 10 interpretations. Okay, I want at least. Wait. Don't tell me now. You please make it. Put it in your notebook. Okay, you please put it in a notebook. Later on, we'll discuss what are all the things you have identified. At least 5. You can have some 10 interpretation, 15 interpretation. I want some 5 interpretation for the word I made her a duck. I not made her a duck. I made her duck. Okay, I made her duck is a sentence. I want 5 different meanings for the sentence or 5 different interpretation for the given sentence. This is a simple sentence given. This is an exercise for you. Since Vishnu told that in the beginning itself, a sentence can have multiple interpretations. So what are all the ways? See, as I am a human, I can interpret in a different way. You are a human, you will be interpreting different way. Third person can interpret in a different way. Fourth person will interpret. There are different interpretation for the same sentence. So which is the correct interpretation? That is also one issue. Okay. That is, ambiguity is pervasive. It is spreaded. It is not confined. It is spreaded. Different ways we can have. I'll give some 2 minutes. Then I'll ask you, each one of you, you can tell what way you have interpreted. At least 5 interpretation. And you have to tell me which word you have taken for interpretation in the given sentence. Each word can be interpreted in different ways. Yes or no? Yes or no? Each word will have different interpretation or not, right?
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Okay, one example I'll give you. I take a word made. Made can be a verb. So made can be interpreted in what way? What are the ways I can interpret the word made in this sentence?
Cooking.
Very
Cook
good.
something.
Cooking, cook something or make something. Very good. So both the ways I can make a different interpretation. Similarly, if you take a word duck as a verb, made as a verb, okay, duck as a verb, what can be done?
To lower, like to crouch
The bird.
down to
Okay, lower that head down. Okay,
lower down.
okay, lower her head. That can be lowering one's head. That is duck. So maid, I can be either I can represent as a cook or make. Duck, I can be represented lowering her head. Okay. So based on this, you make some sentences. So we'll find out what are all the different. So each one sentence can be interpreted in multiple ways. Yes or no? I made her
Yes,
a duck. You will be interpreting in different way. I'll be see. I told I made her a duck. So I am thinking that I cooked a duck for her, and you would have told that I made her lower her head. So each one interpretation will be different. So which is a correct interpretation? That also is another problem here. So can you list out what are the sentences you have identified, students?
Yes, ma'am.
He created a clay duck or something. He prepared something.
I create where you
Duck.
which
Ma'am, like you maybe like out of some material you made a plastic or like
Created
a
plastic
anything.
made her
Any duck for her.
that okay, artificial duck. I
Yes.
made the artificial duck for her, or she owns it. Okay, that is one thing. That is based on the word made, right? I made an artificial duck. I made her a duck means I made an artificial duck. Then based on the word cook for the word made,
Ma'am,
made
again,
I am
you can have two, right? Like we can use the verb cook in 2 ways. So either I cooked the duck that she had, or I made like duck for her.
that very good, very good. I cooked a duck for her is one interpretation. Second, for the cooking, it's a second interpretation is I cooked a duck that belonging to her.
Yes, ma'am.
I cooked for me, not for her. But the duck belongs to her. Yes or no?
Yes,
I can cook for me,
Yes.
not for her, but I cooked a duck that belonging to her. So cooking itself, 2 things I can make. Very good.
Or like you did some.
When
or like
last
some-
semester when I am taking, I want to beg each students to tell something. At least you people are little interactive, but that interaction should be there till the end. Good. Next.
Ma'am, but if you take this literally also, it could mean that like you transformed her into a duck, maybe.
Okay. That is also another thing. Then I lower her deck. I made her lower her head. That is also
Yes.
another thing, right? That one.
Yes.
Then according to Harry Potter mode, I
The same thing, ma'am. Like using magic, I made her a duck.
Very good.
Turning
I
her into a duck.
waved, very good. I waved my magic wand and that turned her into a duck. Yes or no? I made her a duck. That way also I can represent it, right? Any other thing?
I mean cricket.
Yeah, that's why cricket. In cricket only I told, no? In cricket commentary, batsman duck whenever there is a bounce, right?
Yes, ma'am.
That's why lowering one's head.
I'm like becoming
just a
out.
small-
That is
Like,
not only these 5 sentences. I want a few other sentences also. In what way you people are thought?
Ma'am, in that cricket scenario, don't we have to take context also? Then, like, I mean, we can keep making up more context, right? Like, if for the one sentence. So here we're only observing the sentence, or we can take into consideration context also. Like,
No,
we can take
observing the sentence. Observing the sentence.
Okay. Ma'am.
Observing the sentence only I am taking in multiple interpretation. Okay, later
Yes.
on context and all will go later. Okay, simply we are telling what are all the problems which makes NLP hard. Simply by observing. If I give one sentence,
Yes,
you
ma'am.
will interpret in different way, I will interpret in different way, she will interpret in different way, fourth person, there are 10, 15 interpretation for same sentence.
Yes, ma'am.
You cannot say that in English one sentence is interpreted in one way, yes or no? So that I want you to make it clear, that's all. Okay, see these are the answers I got it. This is what I written, like that you can write anyway, yes or no? What we have discussed only it is here. So these are all different interpret. Not only I am telling this, so only interpretation. You can have any number of n number of interpretations. That is also which makes NLP hard. Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Next one. This same thing. That is it can be a noun, other things. Okay. That's ambiguity is the main primary difference between the natural language and the computer language. Next we have seen. Next which makes NLP hard is what is this? Non-standard use of English. Now we are using in SMS, social media, all these things. Okay, so this we can able to understand. See, I don't understand a word young people says these days. Why? Because they are using like the CU, I will text TXT, U, L8R, later L8R you are writing it. But how to make the system to understand. That is also non-standard use of English is also another issue to be considered. Yes or no? Please respond. Why at the end everybody skips? Yes. That now again that non-standard use of English having hashtags, and for two you instead of two you are used to number 2 somewhere here in this example you see taught us 2. This 2 is usually it should be what? TO and having hashtags and you, all these are non-standard use of English which make the system hard. Next one, segmentation issue. That is non-standard English is also which makes the system hard. Next one, what is segmentation issue? I have a sentence. Can you all able to see the sentence, students? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes, the new, otherwise I will increase the size. 1 minute. Because these are all different sentences. The new ark, new heaven, railroad. What will be a segmentation issues you have? We know that new ark is a one word, new heaven is a one word. Either what are the different ways I can segment the sentence? This is my input sentence. What are the different ways I can segment the sentence? Split the sentence into words. What are the ways I can split the sentence into words, students?
New York can be grouped together, or new can be.
See, the is separate, new is separate, arc hyphen means 2 words to be taken together, right? Yes or no? Yes. So yark, new they have taken together, or new heaven. So heaven will come here, railroad will come here. That is one way of interpretation. Second way is the new ark is one word, and that hyphen is connecting between new ark and new heaven. So new heaven is another word, and railroad. Okay, so which one is the correct interpretation? We human will know new ark is one word, new heaven. But system whether to take segment in this way or this way. This is also whenever hyphens are there, that is also another issue to be considered where we have to segment the given token. Okay, this is one token, this is one word together. This is another word together. Okay, so this type of also issues will be there. Yes or no? Next, idioms. What is idioms?
Proverbs.
Like proverbs which have a different meaning.
Different meaning. So if I give a dark house, what it means, it is not that, sorry, dark horse, it is not that horse is dark or something. What it is actual meaning is what person who is not well known, but he is excelling well in his career. that we call it as dark house. Sorry, dark horse. Okay, by seeing the word dark horse, you cannot take that the horse is dark or something. So if idiom comes, how to identify that and how to rectify that is also another part. Burn the midnight oil. This means that I am not burning the oil in the midnight. We are working hard. Okay, that is the meaning. Okay, ball in your coat. That is not that ball is in your coat or something. No, that is now it is your turn. Whatever matter it may be, now turn is yours. That is the actual meaning. So how to handle all those idioms if you have it. And what is neologism? What is neologism? From the name itself, new words arises. Yes or no? How to handle it? In social media, unfriending, retweeting, googling, like that some new words will come. How to handle it? So that is also another issue. Okay, so these are all the general issues which we have identified. Like that, many issues are the general issues we have discussed something. Okay, which makes an NLP hard. So how we have to do is, what are the tools required? We should know about the knowledge about the language should be known. So first thing, we should have a knowledge about the language. So the language means the knowledge about the sentence, about the domain what we are talking about. If we are talking about the medical domain, you should have a proper knowledge about the medical domain. Then only we can able to make out whether these two words are together hyphenated. These two, if there is any idioms, what is the meaning of that idiom? So you should have a proper knowledge about the language or the domain which you have used or corpus which you have used, and knowledge about the world. Okay, overall world. Generally the sentence will be like this. Okay, so general knowledge about the world. Then you combine all the resources and you can make it as all these resources to solve this problem. What are the ways to combine the different resources to solve this problem? That all we will be dealing in the next chapter. Okay, so generally in general we will be using a probabilistic model to build a language model. Okay, for example, there is a word called maison in French. There will be different possible different words are available. Equivalent words in English are available for maison, but whichever word has the highest probability is the word house. So for maison in French, the word house is the highest probability. I will be calculating the probability for all the possible words for maison in French and possible words in English, and we will be calculating the probability. Whichever has the highest probability, that word will be equivalent to this word. Similarly, what is this? Can you able to interpret, students? P is a probability, and I am pronouncing a word. I saw a van. Sometimes it may be equivalent to eyes of an. Okay, whether it is equivalent to this or not. But whatever I am pronouncing will be, whichever probability will be higher. I saw a van will be higher, or this pronunciation will be higher.
I saw a van.
I saw a van. So why I am telling all this is, we will be using a probabilistic method to find out what are the possible combinations we have, and we will be calculating the probability, and finally I am proving I saw a van. When I am pronouncing that sentence, this type of pronunciation has the highest probability when compared to eyes of an. Okay, so this is how we will be generally doing using a probabilistic method. That all we will be dealing in depth in the coming classes. Okay, so that's all here. These are all the various methods which makes the NLP hard. Okay, so what are the techniques? Can you recollect soon? Can you tell me what are all the things which makes NLP hard? General
ambiguity, structural ambiguity,
lexical ambiguity, structural ambiguity, vagueness, impreciseness, then
new words,
headlines,
then multiple meanings for the given sentence, then neologism, idioms, yes or no? Then non-standard way of English. These are all the general things which makes the NLP hard. Okay. Okay. We'll start with text processing after your vacation.